rap wars, spoken wars, entertainment.
Let's go. Yeah. Don't be a bug when I run it up. You ain't my bud, so you ain't gon' smoke with me. Drinking on rum, smoking on blunts.
We got a Reese music in the building. Let the people know where you from, and yeah, let them know what type of music you do.
Hi, man. So I'm currently from Davis, Oklahoma. I hang out Davis, Ardmore, Broken Bow, all around that area. I make electronic music. I make rap music, EDM, dubstep, a little bit of everything, man. A little
Okay,
bit of
so
everything.
you dabble into all types of like genres, and
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, man.
Uh, so let's take it back to like when you started like writing music. Like what age was that?
So like for writing, that's probably like somewhere 15, 16 years old, man. Uh, like back in school, And even then, it wasn't like I wasn't writing no lyrics or nothing. It's just like I was playing around with a guitar or piano or something.
Okay, so you're just messing around,
Yeah, man.
like just getting into music and all.
Yeah.
Was anyone around that grew up around also music? Like any of your siblings?
Oh man, like my whole
Dad?
my whole family, man. Music is just such a big thing in our lives. Like I started goofing off with instruments from the time I could walk, man.
Okay, so you were just already into it and all.
Yeah.
Uh, so when did you like start like writing music?
So whenever I got to college, freshman year of college, I kind of got it in my head I was gonna have a little studio set up, so I did, and just for like messing around, remixing songs and stuff. And then one day I just kind of started writing some stuff on paper. I was like, hey, this doesn't sound too bad. Maybe I could do something with it. And I had a it's on my page still. It's what was it called? Daydreaming. I think it's called daydreaming. Yeah, daydreaming. Still like way down on my YouTube.
Okay, so that was the you ever like did.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the first one I ever like recorded myself singing instead of like knocking vocals off of somewhere else.
Yeah, I hear. You're from again?
Say that again.
Where are you from again?
Davis, Oklahoma.
Did like every music and all?
You know, I would
Was ever
say, I would say for the most part, what I make is probably not something that a lot of people in Oklahoma, are familiar with. Like obviously there's a bit of a hip hop scene, but there's a really big like country music scene. There's some rock, metal, especially around Davis where I'm at right now. There's a big metal scene. Um, but like you know, electronic music, there's just not that big of a presence for that type of area, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, so like pretty taboo. Like no one was really into it and all.
yeah, man. And, the internet obviously is where I just went with it. And, I ain't saying I ain't been doing too bad. I got 300 on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you put out your first track, did you end up like releasing music afterwards?
Say that again.
Like how long did it take you to release another track?
Oh man, like there for a little while I was in a pretty good swing of things where like I was trying to release something like once every other month or so. But after that, I got writer's block, and now it's kind of to where like I only release a track like every 3 or 4 months now because I got so much, you know, to do with like work, and
Yeah.
keeps me busy.
So
So
okay, so you put it, so you just put it to the side for a bit. You're not really into
yeah,
it right now.
yeah, like I just work on it at my own pace, and then like whenever I get something that I think sounds good and I'm really got it locked in, you know, I'll I'll kick that idea around, and I'll try to really throw some meat on it between work, and once I got something I like, then I'll throw it to the internet and see what the internet wants to do with it. You know, I'll let the people decide
Because they
more or
were cool
less.
with that when I told them like $100 I paid. Okay. You know, don't want to. If they're cool with that, then you might as well. Letting like the people like judge you and all, like the comments. Do you get bothered by any of the comments, or are a lot of them positive?
I mean, most of them are positive. I get some negative ones every once in a while, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's no such thing as bad criticism, man. I mean, all feedback is good feedback because it can either tell you that you need to improve somewhere, or it can just tell you that guy was a jerk. So
Right.
yeah, that's no bad feedback, man.
Yeah. So where did you get the name A Reese?
So my name is my first two names are Aaron Reese. So like I started thinking like when I was looking for an artist name, I was like, well, A Ron. I was gonna call myself A Ron. There's a lot of A Rons, and
So you,
you know,
yeah,
I just kind of clicked one day. I was like, capital A, capital R, and then finish it off Reese. A Reese just flows off the tongue.
yeah. Does it got the music on there too? A Reese music.
Like only did that to help people differentiate on YouTube, but I normally like to just say A Reese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's up with all like the triangles that you use on your like art covers for a lot of your music?
So the triangle thing, it's because the first program, obviously, when I started making music, I was like, man, if I just upload this to YouTube with like a blank screen, nobody's gonna listen to it. I gotta have something, for them to look at. And I found this app, and it had like all these presets for visualizers, and I seen that triangle, and I said, hey, I like that. I like that. It goes well. It frames my logo well.
Yeah, most stuff. I thought you were like into like them secret societies,
Oh,
Illuminati.
nah, 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 nothing to do with that. Nothing about that.
And so what type of music did you start off like making? Was it rap, techno?
So
Um,
for the most part, I was trying to like wet my feet in this in the realm of like trap, like dubstep, stuff like that. And I kind of started tweaking around with it, like seeing what it I could do here and there, and I feel like dubstep was really what got me into it. And then
okay, so what is dubstep? Step? Is it like a recording app?
oh, dubstep? You don't know dubstep? Okay. Yeah, dubstep, it's a genre of electronic music that's started in the UK. I want to say about 2004, 2005. It's very big. It's a real popular genre. Like, you ever listen to you know who Skrillex is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Skrillex's genre. That's his thing. He's
Oh,
dubstep.
okay.
Like, that's the kind of music he makes, the electronic stuff, you know.
So you're into all that like type of music, and you be
Yeah, man, and as I've gotten older, as I've progressed through, trying things out, I've kind of built this idea that like I don't really care if I ever like make it big, get famous or anything like that. I just want to put my music in front of the people who want to listen to it. And
right.
because of that, I've decided I'm not really afraid to try any kind of genre that I can come up with, you know? Like
Yeah, so that's it. You're just ready to try anything new.
yeah, yeah, anything I can try, any genre I can get my hands on, man.
Okay, so growing up in Oklahoma, would you say that you grew up in a good environment?
I mean, I grew up in like where I grew up as a kid, like we didn't have money, we pretty poor town. I want to say is middle of nowhere where I grew up. Like the median, I think the median average income for like the average household in that town was like $30,000 a year for like a family of four. Not a lot of money to be found. Like I kind of moved around from place to place, house to house a little bit, and like you know is what it is.
Okay,
But
so
because
would you say like, oh, go
I
on.
was about to say, like, because of where I grew up, like, you know, I guess it like makes you tough. I guess like not not having money, so you got to make do with what you got. So it makes you creative, makes you tough. I guess.
So yeah, most definitely. While growing up, like, so you weren't making music until you hit like 18, 19, right?
Yeah, yeah, around about there. Sorry.
So before, did you ever like try to like make music, maybe like
So
spit some bars in front of people, something like
yeah,
that?
man, like yeah, obviously like on the ball team and stuff like that, when you're in the locker room, if someone might start beatboxing or something, then like everybody try to throw a little freestyle on it. Uh I wasn't very good. I don't freestyle very well. I'm not good at
Oh,
freestyling, man.
so you're more of a writer, try
Yeah,
to
man,
think of it.
I get a pen and a paper and I'll just sit there and I'll write it, man, try to find something that sounds good.
Yeah, most. I feel that. So how is like your writing process? Like, how does it go?
So the process is I'll find the genre first. Actually, I'll pick a genre and I'll pick that, and then I'll try to like make a instrumental, a beat. I'll try to make a beat that like fits that genre, and then I'll just sit and I'll go over the beat. I'll go over the instrumental a few times, and then finally I'll be like, all right, what word comes to mind whenever I like hear this music that I've created, and like that'll normally end up being like the title of the song, and then I'll build the lyrics around the title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a unique way to do of doing it. So when you go in the booth, do you be punching in or do you just let it all go at once?
So like, yeah, when I get over there on the mic, like, you know, I'll 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 punch in, I'll get a little bit done, and then I'll stop it, and then I'll play it back and let myself hear it, see what I need to change vocally. Like, do I sound like I'm energetic enough? Do I like how this sounds on this beat? You know, do I like this flow? Do I like this cadence? Or if I'm singing, it's like, uh do I like the way I'm singing, And then I'll
Yeah.
just normally I'll just kind of record it, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time.
All right. So that. So you made the song called "Intentions." Oh no, that's not your song. Shit.
No, that's a remix, man. That's a remix.
Oh, you did a remix to that?
Yeah, it's a remix of a Justin Bieber song. Yeah. That's the
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let's talk about it. Like, what made you want to do that remix?
So like, I was influenced growing up by a lot of these DJs, they take other people's songs and they kind of tweak them around, they remix them to kind of make them sound the way they want them to sound, like I know Skrillex did a few of them. There's been a few DJs I grew up around, like listening to that they was all remixing, and I always thought it was just really cool concept, to be able to take someone else's song, but then like make it sound the way you want it to sound. It's like
Yeah,
they wrote the lyrics, they made the song. Well, you think it can be a little bit better, so you change something about it, you know?
yeah. So you also DJ. Um, when did you get into DJing? Into that whole.
So, somewhere around my senior year of high school, my mother bought me my first set of DJ decks, my turntables, and, that's when I downloaded all my software and I started, like, messing around with it. Um I DJ'd for ball games, like, whenever we did, like, baseball tournaments and stuff, they'd have to have music, between the innings so that, people didn't get bored, so they let me out there DJ, put some music on. Uh, School dances, I got to do some senior year, it was pretty cool, you know? Gotta just have fun with it, and then I get into college, and next thing you know, like, they're throwing parties, and here I am bringing my turntables, my speakers, you know? I might
Ready
make
to go. So
my yeah,
damn, so people would just call you up. You'd be the one at the
yeah,
party, right there,
yeah,
DJing.
because I'm the guy who's got the music, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got plugged in from there. So you pretty much like popular in your area?
I'd like to say I might have been a little bit popular, I'm not oh, yeah, like, I mean, I ain't gonna say I just hang out with everyone all the time, but, like, whenever they wanted somebody, if they wanted a DJ or they wanted somebody who'd bring the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I
you were
turn
the one
out.
to call and all.
I wasn't really that much of a people person, though, like, half the time I just wanna
Oh,
stay home.
just be to yourself and all.
Yeah.
So like how many times do you like write like out of the week like now? Do you be writing a
So
lot or
like, if I'm at work and we're having, like, a slow day at work where nothing's really happening, sometimes I'll get my phone out and just try to, like, kick around some words or something, or I'll listen to an instrumental I might have made before. Cause man, I'm sitting on mad instrumentals, like, I got beats I ain't done nothing with, like, in over a year, and so I might pull those out and go, "Well, what if I did this? Like, what if I said this on it?" Uh,
yeah. And
so
have you
it'll
sent
be
like oh
what's
go
up?
ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I'll probably think about it, I'll probably write, like, at least 3 times a week whenever I'm thinking about it, you know? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you be like on it pretty much with your whole writing and all. So have you sent like anyone like any of your beats like just to use on a song?
I've kind of played around with that a little bit. For the most part, I like to hang on to everything I've made, just so I can just because I'm kinda jealous about it, I like to hang on to my stuff because I like it a lot. But I did have some friends a little while back who were all, trying to get it started, trying to do some rap here and there, and I sent them some beats, but I don't think they ever got it recorded. Because they all said they had engineers who were gonna record them and stuff, and I don't think they ever got it recorded. But
So you have to just take it back or something, or
yeah, like if they
put it in, put it in use.
usually usually if they paid me for it, I might let them just have it and keep it. Because I mean, but if I'm just loaning somebody a beat and then they never do anything with it, well, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna use it. You know?
Yeah, I feel that. You did the what's it called? The song. It's called "Good Grace" or "Celebrate the Good Times."
Oh,
Yeah,
celebrate
celebrate
the
the
good
good
times.
times.
Yeah, yeah, that one. That's a very special one, actually. I like that one a lot.
And like, tell us like just your mindset and like where were you at like when you made that track?
So where I was is I was in interestingly enough, I had, it was after college, I was it was about 2 summers ago, I think, and I was hanging out, me and some boys, that I knew were out there, we'd rented a camper, and we were just kinda traveling around and doing roofing jobs for people, like putting roofs up on buildings, and, one day they were off in town doing something, and I was just there with my computer one night, and I was sitting there thinking, man, you know, I just remember sitting there and thinking to myself, man, life seemed a lot, easier, whenever we were all kids back in the early 2000s, in the 2005, 2009, like all whenever we were young, it all seemed so much simpler when all we had to worry about was so little. And we had all this good music, all that dance music by like Black Eyed Peas, Kesha, like all those catchy, pop songs from back then,
Yeah.
so it kind of got me in that mindset where I was trying to like call up a little bit of that nostalgia. So I started.
Oh shit! I think you went out. All right,
Huh?
we're back.
Are we back?
No, yeah, we back.
Okay.
We good. So
So
you
you
were
got
saying
to.
you were making nostalgia songs or something
Yeah, I
about
was
that?
like, I wanted to call a little bit of that nostalgia up, so I started making a track that sounded, like something you'd hear from 2005, 2007, a pop song, and then the words just kind of flowed from there, man. I made all that in a camper.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that song.
Yeah, yeah, I do a lot.
And yeah, another track that I also was like that I also liked was called "Get Up."
Oh, get up. Now that one was what, last year? Was that last year, babe? Alright, yeah. Yeah, I made that one last year, I think, and that one I was over there making that beat, and I was over there making that beat, and I was really kind of getting into it. I was getting with it. I was like, man, this sounds like this beat's popping off. And then I remember being told, getting a text, because I stayed up all night working on that beat. I remember getting a text from my fiance telling me, hey, get up, it's time to go to work. And it's like that's what I'm gonna do with it, you know.
Yeah. So it just came to you
Yeah,
right there and then.
yeah, inspiration. And then, man, I couldn't focus on nothing at work because I was just over there every time I got a break. Just I was writing. I'd be over there
Working
like
on a beat or right.
over there just writing. I'd have like a little pen. I'd be over there writing on things, you know. Uh, I'd be out there trying to work on something, but I'm out there like freestyling, trying to think of something trying to think of words. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the entire recording process for that whole song happened in one day.
Oh,
I
all
think
in
like
one.
Yeah, I think I woke up
Is
in the
that like
morning,
the
started
quickest time?
thinking of lyrics, and then got home from work and then went and recorded it in my car with a laptop and a microphone, like a broken microphone too. Most of the songs I had, like most of the songs you hear on my YouTube, like that was when I had a junk microphone, man. I actually just now got my Focusrite Scarlett.
Okay, so
So
you have your own like home
yeah,
base like studio.
I just now got my studio up, so like we're about to start seeing some better quality songs for sure. Better
That's
quality.
that's right. So yeah, have you done like any collabs like in the past or recently with any
Uh,
other artists?
so there's one track on my YouTube that I did with just a buddy of mine who wanted to hop on a mic, and it turned out all right. I think it was the second release of Amazing. I liked that one, but so far no. But we're looking at possibly in the future getting a handful of collabs going.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So have you been to any like venues recently?
Uh, so I haven't had the time, unfortunately, to like set up a date to perform anywhere. Uh, so right now I'm kind of looking at I'm about an hour south of Oklahoma City, So I've been trying to drum up some attention out there, trying to get into a venue like a club type venue out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you like traveled to any like other states and like performed like just to like visit or anything?
Like I've been all over the lower 48 states, man. Like I say all over. I haven't been out to the West Coast. I've been to the East Coast, not the West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, so was that just to visit and all, or to do like business?
Yeah, just visit. I've never I've never tried to do anything like business wise out there. Mm, like most of the I've visited like all around, but just to see the United States more or less. Uh, I
Yeah,
think
I
the
see.
farthest west I've been is Colorado. Yeah, it's Colorado.
Okay. And like, so who's like just your inspiration, like in Oklahoma? Like, who do you look up to?
Oh, who I look up to around here? There's a few people I do. My mother, I mean, she got me into music in general. Like she's always, anytime I ever expressed an interest in, music, something musical, I mean, she's always like pushed that, uh, buying me instruments as a kid, like putting like buying little DVDs on how to like play instruments, stuff like that. Like trying to find lessons for me. Like she's always just been really pushing me to go and do whatever I can, hone that talent. Uh,
Yeah, she put you on and everything.
yeah, yeah. And then uh, man, there's a lot of musicians in this state. Uh, from this state. I mean, my fiance, she's like a voice teacher. She's trying to be like a voice teacher, and so like she sometimes like helps with inspiration and stuff like that, or helps with the tracks. Like that's all really like really cool. Um, there's a DJ I'm really good friends with. He's out in the city. His name is Soldier X. I'm gonna put him on Soldier X, and he's really cool. He's a one arm DJ. He goes out there. He plays at a club called he's the resident DJ at a club called Flux
So he
out
plays
there.
with us. He only
Yeah,
plays with one arm.
yeah, he'll be over there. He'll be playing with one arm, and he's got his other arm is it's missing at the elbow, so he'll have like his elbow up there, like holding his headphones on.
Oh shit!
And like,
So
he is
that's
wicked
skill.
talented, man. He's on the like others are on like the electric decks. He'll be over there on the vinyls doing them one hand, man.
Damn, he know it like that, huh?
Yeah, he got some talent, man. Like that's one of the most inspirational things because it's like at that point, he's over here doing it one handed and doing it so well one handed. Like no one else has excuses, you know.
Yeah. See, if he could do it, like, there's no stopping you.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
Let's talk about the track making games.
Making gains, that was just like Get Up. Making gains was it was just kind of a 1 day production process track where I had a beat and I needed I needed words to go on it. It's about 2 years ago. Uh, man, I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I got this beat. I need something, to go on it. And then I thought, I was coming home from the gym. I was like, well, I could use that as inspiration. So I tried it out and it worked. So I threw it together, sent it to the internet, man.
That's so, and do you be posting like on all platforms like Tidal, Spotify, YouTube,
So
TikTok?
yeah, at the present moment, like most of my music, like pretty much everything goes straight to YouTube. And then like if I like something well enough, I'll try to work with the people to get it put up on like Spotify. There's a couple on Spotify, there's a couple on Amazon. Uh More or less just kind of
Oh,
putting them where they, you know, as many as I can get them on. I think Apple Music's got a couple of my songs, you know.
okay,
But
so you be on all types of platforms.
yeah, I try to diversify my SoundCloud. I think SoundCloud's actually where I first posted music, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah.
So do you have any like new projects coming about to drop?
So I think you heard one on that live stream where you found me. Uh, that new track that I'm working on, that club banger track, right left, I think is what it's called. Like that one, that one's coming up, and then I'm not gonna be 100% on when this will be released, but I can tell you that there is an album in the works, and I'm gonna try to have that album released on all platforms and done by a more professional engineer.
Y'all hear that album coming? And so, you got any like future plans? Like any like way that you're gonna drop it? How you gonna like drop it?
So like future
Are you gonna be?
plan.
Yeah, are you gonna like put it out like on music videos? Like have music videos for
Oh
each
yeah,
song?
like I got I don't think I'll be able to swing a whole bunch of music videos, but like obviously whenever I do this album, I'm gonna try. I got a guy I'm working with on that end who's gonna try and at least make one or two, into music videos. That way I can have just a few more things that are visually engaging to kind of keep the audience interested. Like I think there's some ideas that'll really make really good music videos, and I got a guy who's dabbles in animation. I got a guy who dabbles in I'm kind of building a little team as far as that's concerned. So
So just
yeah, like
connect.
there might be
And
some
like,
videos coming soon.
what about like the promotion? Like, any
So
plans or
I've
like
been talking
promotion?
to I don't know if you've ever been on a G Trills music review.
G Trills. I might have like scrolled through it and all, check it
Yeah, you
out.
might. He ain't posted in a minute, but if you're ever on TikTok and you happen to come across G Trill music reviews, he does a really good show. But he's been kind of helping me with like building my promotion skills, and like I try to promote on TikTok whenever I remember, and I promote on Instagram. I'm just kind of I throw up a little promotion here and there, but he's trying to actually help me get into gaining more exposure, putting my name out there more.
Oh, okay, I see. So he
Yeah.
likes what you're doing and all.
Yeah, he's kind of been helping me a lot lately, giving me
Oh,
pointers
okay.
and stuff. He uh he had a few, decently big names like on his review before, so like, you know.
All right. And any merch coming?
Now, merch, I ain't sure if I can do merch just yet, so we'll have to see we'll have to see how well the album does first, cuz
For sure.
I can't be out here buying merch if I ain't getting any shows or nothing. But we'll see what
Yeah.
the future holds.
Yeah. I feel that. And you want to let the people know like where they can find your music, and also, do you have any
Yeah.
words or advice to coming up?
So for finding my music, for right now, if you're on Instagram and you just, if you remember what the logo looks like, A Reese, just A Reese Music, I think. Uh, and then like on YouTube, A Reese Music, and just look for the logo. For right now, like if you can find it there, or A Reese Official on TikTok, and that's a capital AREESE, and
Yep.
that'll probably pull me up, and from there, if you can find, you should be able to find my other socials if you can find one. If you can find one, you can probably find the others, and you know, any up and coming artists. Uh, One thing I like to always mention is that like it doesn't matter how big I ever get, if I ever make it, like, at all, I'm never gonna delete the old stuff I have on any of my platforms. I'm never gonna delete my old YouTube videos. I'm never gonna delete my old SoundCloud stuff, and the reason that is because I want other people, especially younger artists up and coming, like, I don't ever want y'all to look at somebody who might be bigger than yourself and might have a more refined sound than yourself, and I don't want anybody to ever think I can't do that. Just
Yes,
because,
that's
cause
real.
like, you'll be an artist and you'll look at this guy and he'll have a clean mix on his track. He'll have his lyrics all put together and figured out. He'll have his tone all figured out. He'll have his confidence sorted out, and you'll sit there and think, "Oh, I'm not that good. I can't do that." Well, just because you can't do it right now doesn't mean you can't make it to that level, you know?
Yeah,
And
you
that's
can
why I
always
want every
reach
that's
those
why
heights.
no matter how far I get, I will always have all of my old stuff so that people can see the journey, what it took to get to where I am now.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. This was the interview, Spoken Wars. Y'all tap in for the next one. Y'all tap in with A Reese, and we out of here. Laters.
Later, bro.
I'm for sure gonna have you back. Y'all make sure to get your merch, spokenwars.com, and lace.
Full upright and locked position.